Hey, yo everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing Batman Arkham City. Boy, did I go through this game really quick. And this video review is going to be a more informal, casual video review. Usually when I do video reviews of anything, even if I pick up an individual issue, I usually let the content settle in my head so I know 100% for sure what I'm going to say and how I'm going to articulate myself in the actual video review. I do not script my videos, but I at least want to have a good idea of what I'm going to say when I run my mouth. So, yes. But this, I am just going to do the video review right now because I kind of want to get my first impressions after beating the game right out there, get it fresh out of my mind and throw it out there for you guys. So, like I said, this is going to be kind of an informal, just a right out there video, a very casual video. So if I kind of stumble and have to think about stuff, please forgive me. But yes, Batman Arkham City. First and foremost, let me tell you what I've played of it, and then I will go into how much time I played of it, and then I'll actually get into the review itself. So, what I played of this game is, although I do have the redemption code to pick up the DLC for Catwoman, I did not do that. I don't have Xbox Live. The amount of money I would need to put in for the wireless adapter and for the Xbox Live membership, I just don't care. I mean, the only reason why I would ever want to get Xbox Live is few downloads here and there. The only reasons I ever wanted Xbox Live was to download my stuff for Mortal Kombat, but whenever we play it with my buddies, we play it on PlayStation, so screw Xbox. The Xbox controller is atrocious for Mortal Kombat. PS3 controller is a lot better. Download everything for WWE 2011, but WWE 12 is coming out. The only thing that matters in WWE games is The Rock, and I already pre-ordered The Rock, so he's going to be ready for me. And then what else? Probably the Batman DLC, but I really don't care. It's too much of a hassle, so I did not download the DLC. What I did is I did the main quest, and I did some of the secondary quests, like the Victor Zsasz, Mr. Zsasz, telephone quest. I did some of that. I did the Bane quest. I did some of the side quests in there. I did some of the Deadshot stuff. I did some of the side quests, but I want to say, in the grand scheme of things, when it comes down to the side quests, I want to say I did maybe only like 20% of them. Not that much. So it was main quest focused, and that's usually what I do when I first buy a game. I main quest it right through. Main storyline, do that, and then afterwards, when I beat it, I'll go back and do the secondary stuff, which they let you replay and do the let you do the secondary material, which is good. And then, so I did mainly the main quest, and then about 20% of the secondary stuff. Well, I just run around and grapple hook through things. As for the amount of time I spent in this game, I played around 2 hours over my girlfriend's house on Tuesday. So 2 hours. And then I played yesterday an hour before I had to teach karate. And then when I got home after supper with my father, I did probably, I want to say, give or take, maybe 3 hours. And then today I played maybe 2 more hours. So roughly 8 hours of gameplay, give or take an hour. Probably more give because there was probably extra minutes I did throw in there. So let's just say roughly 9 hours for me to beat the main quest. Very quick main quest. Very quick. And that's not including all the secondary stuff I did along the way and the amount of times I died, because there was a few parts in there that were just fucking, oh my god. Like the snipers. Oh my. Anyways, so, Batman Arkham City. Basic story of Arkham City. It takes place a year after Arkham Asylum. I did not read the comic that ties into this, but basically Joker is incredibly sick because of the use of the Titan formula, so he's on his deathbed. Hugo Strange is in charge of Arkham City. Arkham City is basically a closed section of Gotham City just for Arkham and Blackgate inmates. So, I mean, this is stuff you guys already know. Pseudo spoilers are going to be thrown in right now, so be prepared. But nothing big. It's not like it's going to reveal the interesting ending or who's the mastermind behind it. But basically what happens is Joker poisons Batman with his own blood, so Batman's poisoned too. So Batman has to find a cure, while at the same time stop Hugo Strange's Protocol 10, which is nothing miraculous, but it's something. Hugo Strange is working for someone, and there is a kind of a twist with the Joker at the end. There's a huge twist if you go back to the Joker's hideout and you look around on the ground near Harley Quinn's costume. Trust me, there's a little something there, and they hint towards something. But anyways, don't want to reveal that. You can do the research on your own, or you can just private message me, and I'll spoil it for you there. Overall, the story, although it's a comic book based video game, the story wasn't overly that logical, because as screwed up as Gotham is, I don't think they would actually do something like that. However, I enjoyed the story thoroughly. There were twists and turns here and there. We got to see a good majority of the Batman villains and cast in here. Robin shows up. I know Nightwing's a DLC, but he doesn't show up in the main quest. At least I didn't see him. Catwoman shows up. Villains that I've seen: Deadshot, Bane. I thought I saw the Mad Hatter. Let's see. Two-Face, Joker, Harley Quinn, Clayface, Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul, Hugo Strange, and many more. I'm sure there's more out there that I just didn't. Victor Zsasz. Sure, there's more out there that I just didn't pick up on, because there's character bios for like Black Mask and such. And anyways, overall the story was okay. Gameplay. Gameplay is roughly the same thing as Arkham Asylum 1, or Arkham Asylum. You get to start off with all your items, so you don't fall prey to the Metroid syndrome. You have all your items, and you get more, and trust me, it's good that you start off with all your items. Open world, there's the main story, and then you can do side stuff. And the game mechanics are pretty much the same, although you get a lot more free movement. It's grappling and gliding, which is nice. That was probably my favorite part, is just grappling onto something and gliding around, and then just looking around and seeing, oh, there's someone on the ground there, and he looks like he wants to get kicked. I think I'll go kick him. And I kicked him! Boom! The grappling and the gliding is really, really, really fun. Detective mode has been dumbed down a bit. Whereas you don't use it to actually locate evidence, you use it more to plan out how you're going to beat out your opponent. However, it's still something that you're probably going to abuse, as I did. Especially when I was dealing with opponents that had guns, firearms. Boy, there's some tricky areas. Combat is fluid, upgrading system is good. Although I would have liked a little bit more to the upgrade, a little bit more. I thought Arkham Asylum's upgrade was a little bit better, but it was still a good upgrade system. I recommend focusing on your body armor and then focusing up on some of the combo attacks, because I did that and it worked out well for me. I did one where the combo attacks build up at times 5, and then after that you get the combo special moves, and then you just it stacks, and it stacks beautifully. Overall, the gameplay was solid. They took what was good about the original game and they added content. If it's not broken, why fix it? Which a lot of people complain, well, you know, Mario's the same game when it was back then, and Zelda hasn't changed. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And just add content, and this is what they did. So overall, gameplay was good. Challenging. At parts it was just I almost wanted to throw my controller at the TV, but really it was mostly challenging when there was a lot of opponents with guns. That's about it. Other than that, it was a relatively easy game going through. I like to say when they make it challenging, it is when there's just a lot of enemies that you have to fight, or they're set up in certain ways that you have to be smarter rather than just going in there and going all Dark Knight on them. You actually have to think things through. Especially towards the end when there's like 19 snipers propped up near the Joker's hideout, and you have to go through a shitload of stuff just to deal with them. So overall, challenging. It wasn't that hard. But it did have its challenging moments. It was challenging enough that it kept me interested and didn't make me feel like I was getting a half-assed game. Overall design, all the characters looked good and they sounded good. Penguin sounded Australian and really weird, but it kind of grew on me. There was one villain that I didn't care about how they talked. I think it was Ra's al Ghul, and people have random tattoos. Like Ra's al Ghul had dragon tattoos, and Harley Quinn had tattoos. It was really weird. But for the most part, it looked good. The cutscenes looked really good. Good looking game. Oh, and Robin's voice really threw me off. It just was. This is supposed to be Tim Drake Robin, and didn't sound like anything that I have in my mind what Tim Drake should sound like. Anywho, so yes, overall it was a good looking game. So I guess we'll come to a final analysis because I really don't have to go over controls. It's the same controls as before. They have quick attack controls, like if you press L, usually you press L and R to throw your inventory weapon, or your selected weapon. But now, in addition to that, there's some quick selected ones, like you press L and X, I want to think. You do a quick bomb and you put it on the ground, then you can activate it. You have your quick ice grenades, you have your quick grapple gun, and then you have your quick... Oh god, what was the last one? The only one I really used was a quick bomb, and then when I fought Clayface, a quick grenade, but I forget what the last one... Oh, the quick electric gun, which I actually did use every once in a while. But on a whole, Arkham City. Granted, I didn't play the full content that the game has to offer. I played mostly the main quest. It was on a whole a good game. Enjoyable, really fun, has a lot of content therefore in there. And the ending was, well, not the ending I would choose, still an okay ending. I'm sure there's more to it. You really look around because there's stuff hidden around the place. The only problems I really had with it is it was just a very quick game, and I guess it was easy at certain points. And in addition to that, I don't know. The thing is for me, with sequels, whether it be with movies or whether it be with video games, it's kind of hard for me to fully embrace a sequel. Like, for example, I'll take Transformers. Transformers #1 will probably be my favorite Transformers movie because it's the first time I get to see all the CGI, I get to see all this detail. It was a fun, exciting new experience. I think I'm going to like Arkham Asylum a little bit more than Arkham City because it just blew my mind away. And then when I picked up Arkham City, I was like, hey, I love this stuff, but it's nothing new. If that makes any sense. But on a whole, this was a good game. Is it the 10 out of 10 I think everyone's giving it? I don't think so. I would give this a solid 8 to 9 out of 10. A 10 out of 10 is pretty... That's like video game nirvana. But, hold on, my phone is ringing. I had to get that phone call because that was my car is all set. I thought there was something wrong with the ball joints, or at least my brother did, but because it's making the squeaky noise. But the guy took it and he said everything's okay. Why am I telling you this? Anyways, where was I? Sorry for that kind of random delay, pause, whatever you want to call it. Where was I? Ah, yes. I think giving it a 10 out of 10 is a pretty hardcore. There's very few things I give a 10 out of 10 when it comes down to video games because that is gaming nirvana. And that's a pretty high rating. I think 9 out of 10 would be acceptable, but I think it's safe. I'll meet it halfway. 8.5 out of 10. A good game, full of content, very open world, good storyline. Could be a little bit more challenging, and it could be a little bit long in the storyline. But I think the side quests and the secondary material and all the DLC will probably make up for the amount of content that you have. Do I think they will make a sequel? Well, maybe. The thing is again, you gotta look at the secret stuff that's lying around, and I don't want to give too much away. But if you want to PM me or message me or whatever, I can tell you the little secrets here and there. But if they did make a sequel, it would be completely different. It probably wouldn't include the Joker or Ra's al Ghul or Hugo Strange or any of the normal Batman casts. It would be a little bit different, and you would have to again. Look at the clues. Be a detective. I kind of hope they don't make a third game, though. And don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City, but I think this is where you should stop, at least for a long time. Let things settle. Take a break. Focus on another hero. Um, we got two fantastic games, two really good games. There's no need to jump the gun and go right for a third one. I think it's good to leave the series alone right now where it is. Do I say never make a third game again? No, no. If I gave that impression, I didn't mean to. Basically, what I'm saying is let this settle, let it just rest, and then, get into your third game X amount of years down the line, because my fear is a third game would either be rushed or would just be too much like the previous two games. And as much as I said that if it's not broken, don't fix it, which is the case, this game had only a couple things that was different from the first game. It still was relatively the same experience. If I feel like I'm jumping around between 2 points, I'm sorry. Basically what I'm saying is everything felt good in this game. It just needed to be a little bit more different. But, on a whole, it was a good game, and I do recommend people pick it up. Really fun, really enjoyable. You feel like Batman. Pick it up. I'm giving it a solid 8.5 out of 10. I think that's reasonable, don't you? When will I replay the game? I will. See, I have a hardcore schedule of video games. I have Skyrim coming out. I have WWE 12 coming out. I have Zelda coming out. Assassin's Creed Revelation. So right when Zelda comes out, any video games I'm playing, I'm dropping. So I don't want to get right back into Batman right away. I want to wait a bit, so I'm probably going to wait a few months before I pick it back up. Plus, I want to focus on school right now. But, I will be replaying this sometime. So with that said, I'm going to end this video here. This is Andrew saying, peace out for now.